Greetings and welcome to Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. This is an awesome game. GameSpot gave it a 10 out of 10, a perfect score. And while I might not agree a perfect score, I'm going to give my best gameplay review as well as a chance to do kind of a let's play feature. So I like to get started. I don't like to take my time on the intro, so we're gonna just go ahead and say new game, and we're gonna do the story and the sword. Now, I find it pretty challenging even here, and one of the things that I'll comment on is in just the general gameplay and how to use the different signs and such. So maybe as I work through this on story and sword, we can come back and maybe do one on a harder level later. But let's try story and sword. And I am going to show the tutorial so we can see them, and we're not going to simulate the Witcher 2 save. Now, when I first did this, I was going to let this play all the way through, but there's plenty of opportunities to see the cutscene intro. The avenues are really nice, as you can see the graphics are great. I'd strongly encourage us, to check the trailers out so you can get a little bit of the backstory. But I'm going to jump right in. I'm just going to hit X on my Xbox controller, and I am using the Xbox controller. One of the nice things, the Xbox controller lets you walk when you want to walk. A lot of little things that I just like about the Xbox controller better. But you can easily switch to the mouse for like getting around menus and doing like crafting and alchemy and such. So once again, we have a another intro scene.
You know I don't find that amusing.
So we have a little humor right there, right at the beginning. Something really bad is going to happen. Okay, well I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit escape. Or you can hit X on your keypad on an Xbox controller to get past this. I am obviously playing this on a PC. It's telling us here that we're going to have places we can store our stash. And keep things, and this actually could be really useful, I think, as we go through this, is that we're going to see all kinds of instances where we're going to collect a lot of loot. We're going to keep track of that. And then now you'll also notice here that they're talking about the tutorial, saying that each message is saved in the glossary where you can find detailed information. I'm going to go ahead and hit my start on my controller here and show you here under the glossary that especially this, that as we go on, there's this bestiary, and you can see here that there's all kinds of tutorial information on alchemy, boats, bombs, your character. So you can go through this and it'll introduce it. Now you'll see that the very first thing it gives us there is a start moving. So let's go around. And they introduce us over here on the right to our map and our first quest. We see our underlying objectives. So now it says use your Witcher senses to find the key to bedroom door. And just like any good game design, it really is. You can see that it's telling me right there to hold down the left trigger. And we're going to use our Witcher sense to look for highlighted objects here. So we're going to find, and so notice how that vase is turned red. We're going to go over to it now and hit. When we get close enough, you'll notice how I get the A examine.
You're running out of juice.
I know.
Check it
You
out.
might bring me some more once you're done training.
Now notice across the room we can see that book has particles coming off of it, like it's stars. So we're going to walk over there. One thing I like about the controller is you can kind of at least control a little bit your speed, so you can walk and not run around in circles. And inside I just kind of prefer that. Okay, so to unlock doors, walk up to them and press A. So it's just kind of giving us a little hint there. So we want to unlock this door here. It's funny because I usually don't have this much trouble controlling the controller here. I feel like I'm spinning around a little. All right, so we're going to unlock the doors. Hit A. And that one too. So let's go down these stairs. And what you'll notice right away is that this thing just has great graphics. You know, it's just really got good graphics, good sound. The voice works good in it too.
Old Witcher's fast asleep. Ciri's disappeared somewhere, of course. Guess she prefers practice to theory.
Why?
Time to wake up, Master. These lessons so boring they put you to sleep too?
Damn it. After taking notes on ghouls and owl ghouls, wanted to rest my eyes a bit.
Making her slog through that brick? No wonder she took off.
John of Bruges lacks flair, true, but he's reliable. Not like the hogwash they print nowadays. She's tackling the pendulums, right? How many times do I have to tell her? Don't train alone. It only embeds your errors. Bring our young damsel to the lower courtyard. She wants to practice, she'll get to practice.
So now, what you'll notice here is we get a choice. We can say we spoiled her, or we can say don't get mad at her. So it's hard to sometimes really gauge how much these decisions really impact the future of the game. But I think as far as role-playing goes, it lets you kind of decide how you want to evolve your character here. So I'm going to say, don't get mad at her.
Don't get mad at her.
Why the hell not? The whippersnapper refuses to do as she's told.
You like that about her.
Fine. I suppose I'm partly to blame. But this has to end. Now. Killing monsters is not something to be taken lightly. Ciri must understand that, if she is to become one of us. I'll see you below.
Wrong. Now I see why you were so eager to practice. Strike. You're not in a circus. Pirouette. Wrong. Footwork. Enough. Get down.
With a flip?
What do you think? All right. Take off the blindfold. You've got work to do. Your reflexes are still slow.
Maybe for a witcher.
Think drowners or striggers will go easy on you because you haven't undergone the mutations? Though in your shoes, I'd fear Vesemir more than any strigger. Disobeying his instructions? Unwise.
Well, yes, but that book was horribly dull.
I know. And you know that's no excuse.
I'm sorry. It won't happen again.
Now these seem almost the same. Like if you said better not or apology not enough is not enough, it sounds like it's the same. My opinion, this is the same, disposition. I'll say better not.
Better not.
Maybe that's a
Vesemir
way
said
of
if it
absolving
does,
it
he'll
and saying
make
that
you
you
eat a
don't
bowl
have
of
to
slugs
do more.
covered in salt.
You!
Exactly. So you'd best behave. Come on. We'll practice with the others down below.
Shall we run the walls?
Okay, I'm going to skip the tutorial because part of this game play is so that you can just, you know, you
Not
can play
this
the
time.
tutorial yourself if
Believe
you
me,
wanted to
you don't
play
wanna
it.
keep
I think the
Vesemir
reason
waiting.
people watch these videos so they can get a little bit more of a real game experience. So I'm going to just play through this with the story and how it's supposed to be without that tutorial. So basically, if I had done that tutorial, they'd probably made us walk here or run here and chase each other to get here.
Anything to say for yourself, young lady?
I'm very sorry, Uncle Vesemir.
Young blood craves action, I understand that. But when you fight a beast, knowledge counts as much as your silver sword. At the very least, you ought to be able to tell a ghoul from an owl ghoul.
By markings, like unto the Panthera tigris that in Zeracania dwells, and by the sickly paleness of its visage.
So you did read the chapter. Still, you should have asked if...
But you were asleep, Uncle Vesemir.
Okay, once again, I thought we could have probably stood behind her a little better. Another choice, maybe, to criticize him instead of her. But we'll go ahead and could have said you did the exercise.
So you did the reading. Why not admit it right off?
Never pounce on an advantage as soon as it appears. Wait till it stands to have maximum effect. Uncle Vesemir's words.
Wow,
Well,
she's good.
you're a quick study. Quick, but mischievous. Fine, we've talked enough. Geralt, you're with me, Lambert with Eskel, Ciri with the dummy.
Again?
Stop groaning and grab a sword.
So this will be our first chance in the game. You know, up
What
till
do you
now.
think? Should we start by reviewing the fundamentals or go right to free training?
Let's go ahead and do the combat tutorial.
Should work on the basics.
You can see
Even
these,
skilled masters need to hone the fundamentals, and Ciri's barely a novice.
main combat thing. So this is where it's probably worth spending a little bit of time here your first time. And it'll say here, you know, as you can see here, that it's given us a little bit of information on the left about, you know, combat. And we're going to really try to get into the alchemy, and we're going to get into the signs. Right here, this is all about the swords. And so we're going to get told that we can draw our sword by hitting that directional pad. And one of the first things it says is you can right-click on your right button. You can push it down to select a specific target.
Quick
like
cut!
that.
1, 2, 3!
And now, to mount your fast attack, you just hit X. So notice how he'll
Showing
just
off,
jump in
Geralt.
there and throw it. And then he's just going to block these. 'Cause you'll notice he's got that
Give it all you got!
he's got
Never lock your elbow
that
when
red
striking,
skull
you
over his
might.
head. That means he's undefeatable. We don't even know what level he is. He's such a high
What
level.
the blazes
So
are
we're
you
going to hit
doing?
Y and do a power attack. Now I'll do another power attack there. And finally a third one.
Dodge!
You'll
Position,
notice over
Ciri.
on the
Footwork.
right that it
Remember.
shows there, perform a series of dodges, 0 of 2. So along the way, it's telling you how many of these you have to do. So I'm going to just now do the jump out of the way. And I'll have to wait for him to attack and then just jump out of the way. So this is useful because you're going to be using this a lot. And then you can use the A to dodge out of the way this way. So it's basically
Ciri,
E to dodge, A to do a rollout, and now left trigger to parry attack.
Come on.
You can actually hold the left trigger down
Supposed to parry.
through all this. Notice how there's the first one, the
Pretend
second
now,
one, now
live
the third
late.
one. I'm just holding the
Riposte!
trigger
Strike.
down the whole time.
Counter-strike!
So now in this case, however, though, I want to wait right till he attacks and then perform a counter attack by hitting left trigger right before he attacks. I'm going to try to do it now.
Come on!
He's going to, right as soon as he lifts the sword, I'm going to hit left trigger. And then so I get a little counter attack there. I'll do it one more time.
Now, young
They're
lady,
kind of making it easy.
bring the day to a
for me
close.
there
We'll
little
go
bit,
over
I
a few
think.
witches'
I think
signs.
usually
Let's
he's a
start
little
with
better at that. All right, so I'm gonna now notice how it says left mouse button to hold the quick access menu, and here's where we can pick our the different signs that we're gonna use the Witcher Nurse. So there's 5 signs you can pick from, and I'm gonna pick. It's asking me to pick that telekinetic blast, or no, actually the Quinn sign. So we got to find the one that says Quinn. It was the one
What
that
the
was
blazes
highlighted.
are you doing?
And now to activate that, you just hit the right trigger.
Ciri, Quen is sometimes called the Witcher's Shield. Now watch carefully to see why. Cast Igni, Geralt. I want to see
Now they're going to
sparks
show
fly.
the Igni sign here. So it's the top one in the middle. And so this one's going to do flames. So I can just cast it now and it'll set them.
See?
Cast those
If not for the
flames
Quen
out.
sign, I'd be...
And it really does a lot of damage if you can get it
All right,
to
Geralt,
catch somebody
come
on
on.
fire. So now it wants us to open up and try another one of these signs. Now I think they could do a better job in this tutorial during this part of really getting to understand these signs. I end up spending a lot of time on the fire sign just because these other ones just seem to not be quite as powerful. And you have to know
See
what
that, Ciri?
conditions to use them.
Ard will knock...
So it says here, you know, this will stun an opponent
Time
or
for Axie.
knock
Damn
them
it.
to the ground.
I hate this feeling.
And then finally we got here, or another one, we got this Igni, and we'll see if I hit,
Who's next?
hit this one. This is so this is almost just kind of like, you know, turning them into a sheep if it was World of Warcraft, but it just disorients them so they can't really attack. So this can be useful if multiple opponents. You can
Heard
like
it now.
cast this on
Show
one
her,
of them,
Geralt.
and then go attack another. And then finally, this will be the last one, is this Yrden sign, and this is a magic trap. And so this you have to be close enough so it
See this,
traps
Ciri?
him. So now, yeah, he's trapped in here.
Throw
So
a
he's
bomb.
slowed down.
Don't worry, Ciri. Quen will dampen the blow.
So now you'll notice that we can also make bombs. So if we go down here, we can select this bomb, training bomb. So we're going to step back and throw this bomb. So now they're telling us to move to this mark on the mini map. So that symbol up there in the top right, that's where it's telling us where to walk to, and you can see our little black triangle there moving towards this destination. So we're going to stand here in the light, and now it once again wants us to aim at these highlighted posts over there. You can also see them on the mini map in yellow. And we're going to throw our bomb. I can hold this down and aim at these, and you can pretty much just aim right at the thing you're throwing at. So I got that one right there. So it says the combat tutorial's over. We pretty much
Fine. Enough. Continue training at will.
okay. So I can now in the training. Then we'll go back to a little more story. And here we get a nice little surprise.
Whoa! You really showed him, kid.
Ciri, get down here.
A little she-devil. Soon as she's back, we'll set her to polishing all the swords at Kaer Morhen.
Find that helmet?
Ciri? I'll make sure to find every last blade for you. What the? Vesemir. Had a nightmare.
About?
Take forever to explain.
Dawn's some way off. We've got time.
So I can give a little more detail here, probably by going this way.
Started in the guest room at Kaer Morhen. I was relaxing in the tub, and next to me,
Triss?
Yennefer. Funny, isn't it? She's never been there. Seemed so real in my dream, though.
Was she nagging you about something? True to life, indeed. We'll find her.
In the dream, I went and found Ciri. Then we trained.
Those were the days. Little she-devil. I've trained kids who were faster, stronger, but none had her character. Didn't end well, did it? Your dream?
No. A wild hunt appeared, attacked Ciri. I couldn't move, stood there like a stump.
It was just a dream.
We'll go ahead and mention that she might be in danger.
That's the problem. It was more. In the past, when Ciri'd appear in my dreams, something was wrong. She was in danger.
We taught her how to defend herself from anything, wraiths included.
Now, it's time to go.
Be dawning soon. Time to go.
Wait. Show me the letter from Yennefer. Might have overlooked some hint in there.
Didn't overlook anything. We were meant to meet in Willoughby. That's what she wrote. Meanwhile, one army or another burned the village to the ground. All we can do is follow our trail, so...
Stop talking for a minute and give me the letter. Ah, how about that? It does smell of lilac and gooseberries.
You were gonna read it, not sniff it.
We must meet soon. Willoughby near Vizima. Nothing else to guide us there. What's this postscript? I still have the unicorn?
So we can actually tell him a little bit TMI, too much information there. So we'll just say that's private.
That's private. Very private.
Aha, I understand. At least I think I do. Maybe not entirely, but perhaps that's for the best.
Back on topic. How's it look? How far behind Yennefer are we?
2 or 3 days. Trail's fresh, but it looks like it leads towards the main road. Could be muddled there. Wait, hear that?
I hear it.
Now we're going to get to actually have our first real battle. So you'll say here, monsters are shown with a silver health bar above their heads, indicating that you should fight them with your silver sword. And personally, I've never had a problem with picking that. It just automatically picks the right sword. I do like my left trigger down a lot of times and wait for their attack so I can deflect their surprise. And then I'll jump out of that and hit X. So I'll keep that left trigger down. Now, ideally, I wouldn't get damaged too much here, because getting damaged means I'd have to like meditate and rest later. And I'm mostly hitting the X here. Let me try to do a dodge, a roll. I'll do a dodge this time. Ah, there was a good dodge. Speed a dodge. He'll come at me. Speed a dodge. Not very good. And I think we've only got one left. Being such a tough guy, he's not, the other guy isn't killing a lot of ghouls. Now, notice it says striking opponents generates adrenaline points. Certain abilities you can acquire allow you to perform special attacks that require and consume adrenaline points. And your adrenaline points slowly decline when you're not engaged in contact. So you basically get stronger and stronger as you attack, and then if you're away from battle for a while, that goes down.
Let's go before any more show up.
And here's another very important tip: is it's very important to always, remain healthy. My health is nearly full. You can see at the top I got damaged a little bit there, but not much. And that's the red bar at the top. So you can see I did get hurt a little bit. And it's telling me here that I could use food and drink in these quick slots to consume and replace my vitality. So we're going to go ahead and follow the advice there, and I can hit that up arrow on my direction pad. You'll notice that the bread's going to go from 5 to 4. I hit that, and then you can see that my health just went all the way up to the top, and that vitality regeneration icon was there. So now, if I look at the mini map, it kind of shows me where the loot will be on the ground. And I'm going to do that before following the horse. So notice how I go there. There's some loot, and I pick up that loot by hitting A. Notice I get ghoul's blood, and I have vermin extract. And I would just get in the habit usually of just doing a take all. And so I got both of those. And then now let's go, and you can see the red X's on the mini map to kind of indicates where the loot's at. So I hit A to loot, and then Y to take all. You can hit Y to take all if you especially if you've got plenty of space in your bags, which you should always have. You should always make sure you have enough space to pick up loot, and make sure you can pick everything up, because you're going to need to go back and sell it. And once again, we got more ghoul's blood and vermin extract. Take that. And now if I go here, we can also see loot crystal skulls. That was kind of an important one, I think.
Bird skull and black crystal. Why do I think this is Yen's?
Actually, I had dialogue there because that was kind of an important one. Now notice also on the mini map, you'll see those little green dot looking things. Those are actually leaves. And so these are going to show me as I walk towards this, I get close to this kind of white bush, I have a gather ingredients button, and I can pick up these white myrtle petals. And so that's going to be used in crafting. And so you're going to, especially when you're not on your horse and you're near this
Ever
stuff,
tell you about this
go
sorcerer
ahead
I
up
knew?
to them,
Couldn't
grab.
stop talking about how useful they are as creatures.
Because you can brew potions from their blood?
No, because by eating rotting corpses, they prevent epidemics.
Did he know they eat the living as well?
No, really upset him too. His theory collapsed.
Okay, so I was talking a little bit about alchemy type things. We're going to go ahead and grab this stuff that's close by, so you can see white myrtle petals. And eventually, you're going to what's the word I'm looking for? You're going to have to get on your horse. You can't just walk the whole way. It'll take forever. So I'm going to go down here, and I can call the horse by pressing that L button in twice. And you can see the horse coming up the road here. So you can call your horse, and he'll find a way to get to you. So get on him and follow Vesemir. And so this is our first time riding a horse. I hit A to mount it. And so now if I can just use my left trigger to, left thumbstick to move around. Hit A to canter. And it's kind of neat. You can just hold down the A button, and it'll automatically steer. So, and I don't know if it'll do that if you go into the gallop.
Or it's not exactly going our way.
So
We
even
have
in the
some
gallop, all you have to do
northern
is just
realms.
hold down the A.
Radovid's realms,
Now when
don't you mean?
When you don't know which way to
Temeria and
go,
Edinburgh no more.
obviously.
Radovid's
It's a different
pledged to
story.
restore the old borders as soon as he wins
Faster.
the war.
Believe that?
Gotta believe something. That's what keeps us
So
going.
we're going to just follow Vesemir here. Whoa. Something's happened.
We going? Help me! Help!
Whoa. This is That's just bad luck seeing something like that.
Has it gone?
Yeah. Come out.
Boy, what a haircut that guy's
God,
got.
that was close. I was sure I'd end up like my mare.
Provided you got lucky.
Your horse died quickly, but griffins like to toy with their prey. Eat it, alive, piece by piece.
You'd like a reward, I suppose.
So here we can decide. You don't owe us a few things. We could use a few crowns. Go ahead and say we could use a few crowns.
Could always use a few crowns.
Thing is, I've a meager purse at the moment. Nilfgaardians requisitioned my goods. Now this.
Why do you say an offer?
Here.
Whoa, 6 crowns, nice.
Back to the trail.
Like I said, leads to the main road and ends there, muddled.
You seek someone?
Yeah.
Yes, a woman. Medium height, long black hair. Seen anyone like that?
No. But there's an inn here in White Orchard. Sole one around. Gets its share of travelers. Perhaps you'll learn something there?
Not a bad idea. Especially since that wound needs cleaning.
Ah, beast barely grazed me. But sure, could use a good rye. Nice and cool, you know, straight from the cellar.
Let's go.
Alright, so you can see how it gives us nice little clear indications. And now, this is what I was going to show you earlier and it was empty, but if I hit start and go here to the Bestiary, you'll notice it has the griffins listed here as one of the beasts, and if I go down, we see the ghouls are listed here under necrophages. These are really important. I can't emphasize enough. If there's one tip, you know, out of all this gameplay watching, is that you really want to read the Bestiary, and then especially down at the bottom where it says it's vulnerable against, especially the sign. So I know that this griffin is going to be vulnerable against the arid sign. Hybrid oil that we can put on our weapons will more injure, you know, cause additional damage. And then finally, a grape shot bomb. Now, if I go over here to ghouls, we'll see that they have necrophage oil is the only thing that they're vulnerable against. It doesn't mention a specific sign. Now, that doesn't mean that the other signs are completely ineffective totally. It's just that they're not really vulnerable to them, like in the case of this griffin's vulnerable to the arid sign. So if I go back, hit B to go back, I can go here and see that the arid sign is a telekinetic blast. So, like a lot of these games, it's going to the tavern, the inn, to get kind of, you know, find out some information. So, a little bit cliche. We've seen this in a lot of RPGs, but hey, it works, you know. And that's what you might do in a real situation. You gotta go to the inn, gotta go to the bar, find out what people are talking about. So
that's it, Roach.
They're telling us here that we can just hold down the A, and we don't have to steer.
So,
The
griffin
horse
this
will
close to
automatically
the
just stay on the
village.
trail.
Strange.
My thoughts exactly. The forest or the mountains, sure, but here, near the main road.
Maybe it's the war. Corpses everywhere, the stench of blood, burnt flesh. Drives monsters crazy sometimes.
Men, too. We need to watch ourselves in White Orchard, and we should leave as soon as we learn anything.
So they're telling us here that in populated areas we gotta be careful not be swinging our swords around or setting fire to stuff, and that there's a notice board in there that's gonna have quests and things, of course, on there, and not just quests. Some of it's just informative kinds of things, a little bit of back history on the town, like it says in their local happenings. So some of it's just local.
Not so fast,
happenings. Roach. So we're getting into our first village here. And I personally just think the graphics are amazing. In fact, so amazing I want to get rid of that message. I held out the B to dismount. My horse will just hang out here. I can always call him using that double F button. So now you'll see that it's marked on the map there that I'm going to go into this tavern.
They could have sewed his head back on.
Walk up into it, and it does that a lot. It does a cut screen, so you don't have to walk all the way in. It just fades right into the cut stream when you hit the right area. Already looks like there's some jerks in the tavern.
What? Take that down before there's trouble.
That is your coat of arms, the Temerian lilies. They've a right to hang there.
This ain't Temeria no more, old man. It's Nilfgaard now.
My arse it is.
Wow, already trouble.
Witches?
I'll not drink with Weaverlaw's freaks.
Beg your pardon for those thugs.
No need. We're used to it.
Folk are jumpy round here. Armies just passed through. Now a griffin's prowling about.
Already had the pleasure. One mean beast.
Mean? Light way for a hunter to put it. Clawed Lena so bad, poor thing's 1 foot in the grave. It does no good to wallow in misfortune. How can I be of service?
With a drop of vodka for me.
And you? Something to wet your tongue?
Alright, so here we can see that we have here a place where we can actually see a, you see the icon there where we can actually see the goods. So I'm going to go ahead and
Show me what you got behind the counter.
How the shop looks. So, and they got, you know, your keys there telling us you can hit A to select an item. I can look through here on the left panel, the stuff that I have divided out in categories, and trust me when I tell you there's going to be a lot more stuff. There's going to be so many things to pick up, so expect to have a lot of stuff. And then over here on the right side is, you know, stuff that's available to us. Now, unless there's something real specific here that we wanted, I wouldn't just go and start spending money crazily. But if we wanted, for example, to purchase, say this, try to get some food's always good. You can always use food. So I could say get this chicken leg. That's really expensive though. You can see it's 21 crowns. I could hit A here and buy it. But I'm not going to buy anything now. I don't have anything specific I need to buy. In general, in a lot of these RPGs, I really don't buy things unless I feel like I need them for my character, because you're always leveling up and you're going to get access to better and better things as you level up. And so when you spend money on stuff now, it should be something you need, I think. So I'm waiting till I have need. Let's go ahead and just get into what we need to talk about with her.
Looking for a woman. Raven-haired, violet eyes, dresses in black and white. Riding in from Willoughby. And, strange as it sounds, lilac and gooseberries might have smelled that.
I've not seen nor smelt such a lady. Believe I'd remember.
Yeah, especially hard to forget this one.
Plenty of travellers about, though. Folk from all over. Might be worth your while to ask after her.
Okay, so then it shows here that I can say thanks for everything. I can ask about a contract on the Griffin too. See if there's something I can.
There a contract on that Griffin?
Get some money
Nay,
killing that
not at the
thing.
moment. Used to be. Soon as a beast had built a nest nearby, the alderman would start a collection, or go to the Lord for help. Now the alderman don't use the privy without asking the Black One's permission first. And seems they hanged the Lord. So no contract.
Shame. We might have done something, but not for free.
That's one thing Witchers, it's just part of the lore in this Witcher series, is that Witchers work for pay. You know, they're contract for hire, so that just fits in with that. And we can make some small talk, say pretty busy place. Let's go ahead and do that. I usually like to
Pretty busy place you got.
fill out the whole dialogue
Nations on the
tree.
move. Some search for kin, others just want to get out of the way of the armies. They all need food, drink, and a night's rest in warmth.
So, war's been good for your trade?
Aye, so far. But it'd be best to know peace again. Times like these, you never know what tomorrow will bring.
And so now we can say thanks for everything. And with that, I'm going to say thanks for everything. If you
For
are
everything.
watching up till now, I am going to do a second, in subsequent series. But I think this is probably a good place to stop it now because we're about getting close to an hour or so. So before I conclude, I will just kind of give my overall
Help you
impression
bandage that up?
Please.
after they talk.
I'm not decrepit yet.
Then I'll ask about Yennefer.
Just remember, we'd rather not draw any attention.
So I'm basically still looking. I'm trying to find Yennefer.
That than burning the
and
harvest.
Drommel. Drommel, you're dumber than a headless cockroach.
So as you
Why
can
then
see,
marking out
my
them
thoughts on
lines,
this is obviously this is
Into their
very, very heavy story at this point, especially lots of cutscenes, lots of dialogue, and the graphics are amazing. The gameplay's good. Personally, I've had other game systems as far as the signs go and how you use them. That I've enjoyed other gameplay systems more in RPGs, I would say, maybe than what the Witcher series has offered. I know some people really like all of it. I really do like the game, but I would say that if I was saying one thing is, for me, I think some of the combat, it feels like I'm using the same things over and over again. I use the Ignite a lot and so forth, but we haven't really had a chance so far in this game series to see all these things, and so as I'm playing through these things and I'm adding these episodes, maybe I get some feedback from people that can advise me maybe better ways to play and how I can improve my own gameplay and use the signs better and the alchemy better and all the other various options that are available. So with that said, I'm gonna let this video end, and I hope you join me for episode 2. Thanks for watching.